How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to my channel once again. It's been a while, hasn't it? Man, he loves motorcycles. So several days ago, I don't know if it was like last week or 4 days ago or however long it's been, but Harley Davidson announced, what is it, the Softail Standard that they're releasing for the model 2020 year. So it's a mid-year release. I guess they do that quite a bit. And when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, whatever, another Harley. But what's really cool about it, what's kind of piqued my interest, is its price point. I'm pretty sure it's selling for $13,599, and that's kind of what made my ears perk up a bit, because it's a 107 cubic inch Milwaukee V-twin. It's basically the same engine that they use on all their Softail line. You got the Street Bob and, you know, whatever else motorcycles that they have that has that engine in it, all the way up to their touring line. So just out of I don't know, throwing darts at the wall here, I'm gonna ride down to the local Harley Davidson dealership and see if they have one. But the thing that kind of you know, not only the price point for a brand new motorcycle that kind of piqued my interest was, I took a look at the pictures of this bike. Now, there's not a lot on YouTube about this motorcycle. You'd think that, you know, Harley Davidson launches a budget-friendly Softail frame with the 107 in it. It's kind of a bare bones stripped down model, you know, at $13,599, and people would be posting all kinds of videos about it, but they haven't. And that kind of surprised me. There's at the time of this filming right now, there's maybe, I don't know, between 5 and 10 videos on it, and it's mostly just, you know, people doing talking head pieces on it, which is cool. But there's not a whole lot of test rides on it. There's certainly not a whole lot of walk-arounds on it. John Maxwell did a video on it, and I can kind of understand why people aren't doing too much on it, because it's basically just a, you know, it's a Softail. Nothing real too special about it. So I can understand, on one hand, people not getting all worked up over it, but on the other hand, I don't understand why people aren't getting worked up over it. You know, at $13,599, it's basically at top of the line Sportster price right there. Because what it's a Sportster Custom, it's kissing right at $13,000 for that bike. And I've always liked to look at that bike because it's got, you know, the classic spoke rims on it and a lot of chrome and everything. It comes with the 1200. It's a good looking bike. So basically, for a little more than the price of the top of the line Sportster, you get into the 107 Softail frame. And to me, that seems like a pretty decent deal. Because what's cool about the bike is it's pretty well stripped down. It doesn't come with any bells or whistles or nothing like that, you know, and they only come in black, which is fine by me. I mean, if I were to buy one, I'd probably repaint it a custom color anyways. Being stripped down, only available in black, and having all the aftermarket support that the Softails do come with, kind of seems to me like it'd be a good starting point to get a Harley Davidson. And I gotta admit, when I first saw the picture of that bike, the Softail Standard, it didn't really do too much for me, because I don't know, there's just something weird about the rear fender, how tall it is up off the back tire, and it, you know, just having a solo seat on it, to me it didn't really look all that nice. But then I seen a picture of it with basically a passenger seat on it, and it had that kind of cool fairing that they're going to offer for it. And I do like the fact that it's basically, you know, standard spoke rims on it, all chrome spoke rims. Those are really good looking in my opinion. I've always, you know, liked spoke rims on a cruiser. To me, mag wheels on a cruiser just kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really do it for me. I can understand that they're a whole lot less maintenance, you know, when it comes to you know, getting a flat or getting a bent rim or going out of whack like spoke rims can do. But, you know, I'd be willing to to sacrifice the reliability of a mag wheel just to have the looks of a spoke, and I just do my best to avoid potholes. Now you guys know me, I do have a problem with Harley Davidson and the fact that their motorcycles are extremely expensive, but I can't deny, and I never have denied, the fact that Harley Davidsons are beautiful machines. And there's just everybody that owns a Harley Davidson just knows that there's something about them that draws people to them. So there's even a draw for me. You know, I want a Harley Davidson. I've never denied the fact that I do want a Harley Davidson, but I want one that's brand new, that's in my price range. I'm not going to spend $30,000 on a Harley. It's just, you know, that's just, I can't afford to do something like that. I don't need another house payment. But at $13,599, 15 grand, you're looking at probably, you know, $200 a month. And if you throw some money down on it, it's going to be even lower. Man, I got to tell you, it feels good to be out here again. Now, would I trade my Vulcan for a Harley, for one of these new Softail Standards? So I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to look at one. That's kind of why I'm coming down here. I want to gander, take a look-see, see if they even have one here. They probably don't, but from what I've seen on the internet and what I've read, is that the street bob is basically the same thing, down to the wheel size and the tank size and everything. It's just a blacked out treatment on the street bob. So if they have a street bob, I can at least look at one of those things and take a seat on it and see how it feels. But anyways, I figured if anything, I can at least bring you guys down here to the Harley dealership with me. Might get a kick out of walking around and checking out some bikes. Let's go check it out. So what do we got over here? A land of used motorcycles. Not interested, not interested. Ooh, a TW200. Those are cool. What do we got here? Some Suzuki Ninja, Ninja 300, Ninja 250, and a V-Star 250. $26.95. Nope, can't do it. I did something that small. It's going to be a Rebel 250. Those are cool though. Ooh, how about a Honda Ruckus? Nope. What do we got here?
How you doing today, bud?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
What's this here? Ooh, well, I don't see any Softail Standard, but what I do see is a street bod. 16,329. So 500 for prep charges, 435 for freight, 16,329. Okay, so this is basically the same as a Softail Standard. I think I remember they saying that these things weigh, what is it, about 650 pounds, something like that, with fuel and everything in them. So I think I'm going to have a sit on this bad boy, see how it feels. Oh, I kind of like that. That feels leaning. Well, I will say that the weight on this thing is balanced really low. Did you guys plan on getting any of those was it Softail Standards in anytime soon?
All of these are Softails.
Yeah, but the Harley just come out with the Softail Standard. That's a pretty good looking bike though. And I do like that though. There's absolutely no denying the craftsmanship of these things. Beautiful.
Probably looking at about 90 to 120 days out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they just announced them like last week, so I figured it'd kind of be a shot in the dark to come down here and see if you guys had one. But
yeah, no.
These are pretty much the same things.
That's the exact same thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except this has ABS. Where
This
the
one does?
Softail Standard doesn't
Right.
have ABS.
Right.
It'll look just like that, pretty much.
Just no black finish on the
Yep.
with the side and all that stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Are these things removable? I mean, do these have to be here?
They don't. They're just dust covers.
Right.
You know, you'll see a lot of bikes that don't even have them on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the Softail Standard's running the same suspension and everything else like that, but it doesn't have the dust covers on it, then why run them, right?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay. You know what this thing weighs?
You're right here. You're 600. Let me wait. 655 pounds wet.
Not bad. Said the Harley Davidson kickstands always make me nervous.
You know why? Because they lock in. So when you go to push them, they don't. You can pull them. They don't. If you park on a hill, they lock in, so they won't roll.
So that's what kind of makes it feel like it's kicking back a little when you tip it over.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Everyone, all the other ones, if you pull them forward, except for Harley, if I pulled something else forward like that, the
roll right
kickstand
off of
would
it.
come right out.
Well, that's cool.
Yep.
Huh. All right, man. Well, I just wanted to come down and see if you guys had one of those bikes, but that is definitely beautiful.
Yeah, I figure 90 to 120 days it'll be
okay.
done for.
Right on. That sounds good. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. I gotta admit, I like that Street Bob a lot. Shouldn't have went in there and looked at that thing though, because now I'm gonna want one. And now after I've sat on one, and to me it doesn't feel like it's much heavier than this Vulcan. I mean, it's got 150 pounds on it, but the way it's balanced, extremely low. You know, even just standing it up, tipping it back and forth, it didn't feel like the weight was any higher than what the weight on this one is. So, however, here's something else I really got to kind of think about, you know, when thinking about trading this bike in, is me and this bike had just kind of recently, I don't know, I'd say probably within the last couple of dozen rides that I've been on with this bike, we've kind of melded together, you know. It's gotten to know each other. You know, I'm getting really comfortable with leaning this thing in the corners and just becoming, I don't know, one with the bike. So who knows? I mean, maybe right now would be the dumbest time possible to trade this thing in on something else, because then I have to be starting basically all from scratch again as far as getting to know a bike is concerned. We're clear. Of course, you know, the bad thing about if I were to trade this thing in on a Harley Davidson like that Street Bob or the Softail Standard is, I'm pretty sure that the only thing that would do better as far as performance is concerned is acceleration, because I don't think it would corner better. I don't think it probably wouldn't get better gas mileage, probably get way worse gas mileage. So I'm sure in a couple ways, for me to trade this off for a Softail, I'd be kind of stepping down a little bit, but I'd be gaining a lot in I don't know, the looks department and the character and the soul. And now that Softail Standard's been announced, and you know, you're talking under 15 grand for a brand new Harley Davidson with the 107, and all the possibilities that you can have, or I could have, customizing that bike and making it my own. Yeah, it's appealing. It's very appealing. However, I will say that this isn't going to be something that I'm going to do right away. Obviously, you know, I don't like to just jump into purchases like that, especially because I'd have to finance that bike, at least most of it anyways. But, you know, throw a down payment at it and have some payments, 150, 175 bucks a month. I could live with that. Maybe there might be a Harley in my future this year sometime. Well, the guy said they're, you know, 90 to 120 days out from getting the bikes at their dealership down there, so I definitely want to lay my eyes on the Softail Standard before I make a decision to buy one. But I mean, if there anything is as nice as that Street Bob is, then I'd absolutely consider getting one. Anyways, everybody, I want to thank you for coming along for the ride. I know I've been absent from my channel for a few weeks, but number one, it's been too cold, and number two, I just felt like taking a break. Thanks to everybody for stopping by the channel, checking out the video. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell notification thing so you know when I upload videos, and hit that thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. If you want me to keep making videos, do those three things.